If you're using Windsurf and you want to make Cascade code even more powerful, you need to use MCP servers. Getting them set up in Windsurf is pretty easy, but there are a few different ways you can go about doing that, and finding the right way that fits your needs is key. In this video, I'm going to show you those options so you can be off and running quickly. One of the quickest and easiest ways to add an MCP server to Cascade code in Windsurf is via the customizations button right here, this little box or cube. Click on that and you'll see MCP store as an option. You click on that, and very much like an extensions view within an IDE like Windsurf, you get a view to see the different MCP servers that are available, the MCP store, if you will. There's memory, sequential thinking, Puppeteer, file system, Git, and so on. These are a lot of the ones that are built into the existing store that Windsurf and Cognition are managing behind the scenes for this tool. Now let's set one up really quick. So in this case, I want to set up Git. I click on that. It opens up the view of that MCP server, and then I can see in the top right-hand corner, there's an install option. I click on that button and then it installs it for me. Once installed, it gives me the ability to check off which tools that are available within that MCP server that I want to enable with it. So by default, it'll enable all of the tools, but if you wanted to, you could be more specific and say that you don't want to allow git diff unstage for this particular MCP server or any of the other options that are here, but the choice is up to you. You'll see that it's enabled, and afterwards, if you wanted to manage this MCP server that's coming from the Windsurf store here, MCP store, you can choose to disable it or uninstall it if you'd like. So now that I have that Git MCP server installed, we can see it's installed in the MCP store view. I can click on manage servers and we'll also see this is the other way we can control enabling, disabling MCP servers and turning on and off different tools within each MCP server. Now that's great for MCP servers that are available via Windsurf's MCP store, but what about an MCP server that you like or found that you'd like to use that's not in that store? How do you go about setting that up? Let me show you now. So there's two possible ways you can go about doing this. From the Manage MCPs view in Windsurf, which we clicked on from the cube here, we clicked on MCP stores and we can click on Manage Servers. That brings up this view on the right-hand side, as you can see. Or you can go in and bring up the command palette with Control-Shift-P or Command-Shift-P and search for MCP. And we can see there's an option, Windsurf MCP configuration panel. You click on that, and this is yet another view you can go through to add MCP servers. Now, again, these are the ones that are coming from the MCP store. So it's just another customized view of the same store that we saw before, but in this presentation format. Now, if you wanted to, you can click on Add Custom Server here like that, which brings up this MCP config JSON file. Or from the Manage MCP Servers view, you can click on the View Raw Config as well. This is now where we're going to be able to add an MCP server that's not part of the MCP store. Now you'll notice this is using JSON. So we're going to use that format. We're going to name our MCP server. I'm going to call this one Snyk. And we're going to start building out the JSON to support the configuration for this server. All right, the first configuration option we need to set up is the command used to run this particular MCP server, which is going to be npx. Then we're going to pass in some args to it. And in that, we're going to pass in an array of the args. And we're going to say hyphen, whoops. We're not going to say whoops. We're going to say hyphen y, Snyk at latest. It's a CLI tool here. MCP, we're going to start the MCP server for it. Pass in the transport protocol we're going to use. And it's going to be standard input output, stdio. We'll close that square bracket. And then if we had anything, environment variables we wanted to include here, we can pass that in via that JSON property as well. So then we just save that config JSON file. And we should now see, once we click refresh in the top right-hand corner here, it should set up and configure that MCP server based on the configuration in MCP config JSON. And there we go. A few seconds later, we see now, not only do we have the Git MCP server, but we have a Snyk MCP server with 13 tools enabled, Snyk AI bomb, Snyk auth status, Snyk code, and all of the capabilities built into this MCP server. So let's go ahead and try out using this MCP server. I'm going to open up the Cascade here. I'm going to show you that I have a project open here called Discord WordleBot. All right, so Snyk is a security MCP server that can tell us about vulnerabilities in our open source dependencies or our code, among many other capabilities, but we're going to focus on the open source dependencies for this project. I'm just going to switch to chat mode with Cascade, and I'm going to ask it to please Tell me about any security issues with my open source dependencies for this project. And we should see that Cascade here is going to leverage the Snyk MCP server and the tools associated with that. As it's running through here, I might get prompted to authenticate with Snyk. That is happening, and it opened up a link in my browser for me to authenticate. I'm going to do that on my other monitor here really quick, and we'll come right back. All right, I'm authenticated. I clicked on grant app access, and there we go. It picked up on the fact that that is authenticated now, and it's going to try and run the Snyk MCP server tools to check my open source dependencies. Bam, that was pretty fast. So let's see what it came up with. Now that Snyk is authenticated, it ran an open source SCA, software composition analysis scan on my repository to find vulnerabilities and dependencies. And what did it find? It found a medium severity vulnerability in my Alicia.js cores package. And there's an origin validation error. Tells me a little bit more about what's the vulnerability there and where it can be fixed in version 1.3.1. We have a medium vulnerability here as well in Hano, HTTP request smuggling. Ooh. And recommended actions we can take. We can upgrade vulnerable packages using Bud in this case to update the Alicia.js cores package to 1.3.1 and Hano to 4.9.7, or we can use npm if we'd like to. And there you have it. That's how you can go about adding MCP servers to Windsurf. I'm curious though, what are the MCP servers you find to be the best for your projects? Let me know in the comments below. On that note, that does it for this video. If you got value out of it, be sure to like it down below and share with somebody who could put it to use. And if you made it this far, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and happy, safe coding, everyone.